reconfirm one more time. I'm going to wait till they all come in, then I'm going to kill the lights.
Yeah,
and then he'll
is that what Josh said?
Yeah, because the photographer said too, it's better with the lights on, and then they don't trip and fall. And then once they sit down, boom, I'll kill the lights.
Good.
All right.
The other stuff. Yeah. Close the door. Thanks for all you guys are doing. How's Tori? For a second, I thought you were Tori from the back. You guys have a similar.
She's good. She's still at 3M working. She's also taken over a big piece of the finance stuff at church to help manage that. So.
But she in good hands.
But she did say she's not going to be on the board.
Are we ready?
Sure, I'm ready.
Okay. All right. You didn't want to start too early. So.
Okay, I think it's fine. Now, this back here is teachers, so.
Good evening. Thank you for coming. We are very excited to celebrate with you. We'll begin the ceremony soon. Before we do, I'd like to introduce a very important group of people. These people dedicate countless hours to your children and have their best interests at heart. Please give a round of applause to the 2016-2017 PACT Charter School staff. Yes, let's give them a hand. Good evening, I'm Josh Nyquist, the Secondary Program Director, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2017 PACT Charter School graduation. Thank you to all the graduates for your hard work and dedication to get to this point. Thank you parents, grandparents, and other family for your part in raising such fine young men and women. We would like to take a moment to recognize 15 of our graduates who began at PACT in kindergarten. This is a special year as these are students who started off in kindergarten in 2004, the year PACT doubled in size and moved into this wonderful building. Seniors, if you were here at PACT in kindergarten, please stand up. We belong to a K-12 school that is very unique yet traditional in its approach to education. From its beginning, PACT has highly valued the idea that parents are the primary educators of their children. We believe in it and act on it by including parents in the school wherever possible. Parents participate in classrooms, on field trips, extracurricular events, and participate with teachers on committees in the school. The involvement of parents in our school is crucial for our success and our students. This year, we will not only be saying goodbye to 50 wonderful graduates, but we will also be saying goodbye to 22 families who will no longer have a student in our school. We will miss all of you. We are proud of the fact that this year's graduating class includes 7 students who have earned their Associate of Arts degree, along with their high school diploma. We worked hard at PACT to cultivate an academically rigorous environment. With that said, the students' education here is not just about reading, writing, arithmetic, learning facts, and how to think critically. It's also about character, as you can see by the banners displayed behind the graduates. Our school highly values character as a foundation for personal and intellectual growth. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. said, "We must remember that intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the true goal of education." This quote is a part of our mission, vision, and foundational statements. We hope that each of our students will continue to grow in their character well beyond high school, because character building is part of lifelong learning. Graduates, let's celebrate your success today, both in academics and character. Speaking on behalf of the staff here at PACT, we love all of you, and we are very proud of you. We can't wait to see the impact that you will have on our communities and our great country. At this time, please rise for the national anthem, sung by our concert choir, directed by Mr. Adam Rudman.
And bright stars through
Our first student speaker has attended PACT since 9th grade. Teachers describe her as conscientious, hardworking, full of integrity, and helpful to others. Please welcome the class of 2017 salutatorian, Anna Brightsman.
Hi there. To start us
us off today, I'd like to share a quote from Jerry Seinfeld. According to most studies, people's number one fear is public speaking. Death is number 2. Number 2 is death. Does that sound right? This means to the average person, if you go to a funeral, you're better off in the casket than doing the eulogy. Seinfeld doesn't say anything here about graduation speeches, so you might want to check back with me in about 5 minutes. Most of us are affected by fear in one way or another on a daily basis. Some of these fears are generally well known, such as claustrophobia, which is the fear of tight spaces, or hemophobia, which is the fear of blood. However, there are other fears that are a bit stranger, such as a bibliophobia, which is the fear of lack of things to read. This might be one of Mrs. Walton's secret fears. Anatidophobia, which is the strange fear that a duck someplace is watching you. Papophobia, which is the fear of the Pope. Pantherophobia, which is the fear of your mother-in-law. And finally, phobophobia, which is the phobia of getting a phobia itself. While these are funny examples of fear, for many people, fear and anxiety are very real, destructive things that are not at all humorous. Some examples of these more real fears include fear of the unknown, of dying, of pain, and even of public speaking. How many of you remember getting up in front of class to give a narrative speech in language, not necessarily our favorite day? Personally, for many years, I have struggled with anxiety. Any change or anything that was different at all had the power to trigger fear and panic attacks in me. I could hardly leave my house, and for a while, not a day would go by without a crippling panic attack. Praise be to God that He has been healing me bit by bit. There were many days back then, and even sometimes now, when I would let my fears prevent me from doing things. Looking back, I wonder what I missed out on. I'm sure I missed a lot of things that God had wanted to bless me with. However, through this time, God also really helped me to grow in my faith. There are so many verses in the Bible that tell us not to be afraid, so I know it's important to Him. One verse I really like is the second part of Deuteronomy 31:6, which says, God will never leave you nor forsake you. It is so reassuring to know that God is always with me, so I don't have to be afraid of anything. I am so thankful that I have come out on the other side of this hardship. That doesn't mean that I don't still struggle with it sometimes, but I am a long way from where I was before. Coming here to PACT was a big step for me, especially as a never set foot in a public school homeschool girl. It was a challenge for me with my anxiety, and I'm really grateful to my friends, classmates, and teachers who were understanding and caring towards me in those hard moments. PACT has also definitely changed me as a person. Our graduating class has had a variety of interesting experiences, whether it was trying not to throw up on biology dissection days, fighting almost to the death to win My Country is Better Than Yours in geography, or acting out the final scene of Romeo and Juliet in language class. Our years at PACT have been one amazing adventure. I'm so grateful for my time here at PACT. I know it has definitely influenced me as a person. I'm so grateful to have met so many amazing people here and to have had this experience. I'd like to thank my family, friends, and teachers who have helped me get to where I am today. I am also so grateful for Jesus in my life. He has so generously given up His life to save mine and that of anyone else who believes. This day is both the end of this chapter and the beginning of a new one in all of our lives. As we as a graduating class go forward from this day, we will bring with us all the memories, experiences, and lessons we've learned over the years. But as we end a chapter, we may not know exactly what the next one will bring. We must not allow our fears, no matter how big or small they seem, to hold us back from the amazing futures waiting for us. It is simply not worth giving up the plans and purposes God has for our lives. Jeremiah 29:11 tells us that God has good plans for us that will give us something to look forward to, both now and in eternity. Also, Esther 4:14 boldly reminds us that the present moment and the resulting choice could be precisely what we were made for. So, fellow graduates, don't let your fears hold you back. Press on and don't give up. As God reminds us in one of my favorite verses, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That's from Isaiah 41:10. Finally, I'd like to leave you with this quote by Zig Ziglar. FEAR has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. So let's make it a great future, class of 2017. The choice is always yours. Thank you.
Hey, we will now hear a song from senior Caitlin Fries. She has attended PACT since kindergarten and was captain of the dance team. She's going to be singing a song that she wrote titled Thank You. first faculty speaker this year is Adam Grundeman. He is one of the senior class advisors and has been a dedicated music teacher at PACT for 5 years. He has been known to surprise students with his musical talents playing guitar or trombone in the halls, sometimes between classes or after school. Please welcome music teacher Mr. Adam Grundeman.
Good evening, parents, teachers, and staff, family, friends, and most importantly, graduates. Before we get started, I've got a few things that we need to take care of. First is a confession. I do not have a clue who spoke at my graduation. And I would bet that it won't take long for any of you to forget that I was ever standing in front of you blathering on either. I'm not going to take it personally. I just hope that I can help all the graduates going to the all-night party get in a few moments of sleep. But really, you're all stuck with me for a few minutes because these guys let me have a microphone. So I'll do my best to try and impart a few concise words of wisdom on you before you nod off from the heat and the decreasing oxygen in the room. So, the other thing that I need to take care of is show you this. It's a cliche warning. It is not considered best practice to use cliches in a formal speech, but inevitably, I'm going to end up using some. With this in mind, I've created this sign to let you know about the impending doom ahead. And we're going to try it out now with a few cliches we've all heard before at graduation. The future belongs to you. This is your day. Go change the world. Today is not the end of your education, but the beginning. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's get done. A text that many of you graduates have seen countless times, and still I bet don't know, is the vision statement of this organization. It is to develop educationally excellent, engaged citizens who value lifelong learning and are committed to making exceptional contributions to their ever-changing world. In my years walking on this planet, my personal thoughts on a successful life encompass 4 qualities: respect, integrity, perseverance, curiosity. Respect, integrity, perseverance, and curiosity. There must have been some bright folks who helped write this vision statement. I've been involved in writing more policy than I'd like to admit, but I wasn't there for that one. These same 4 qualities that I am passionate about for a successful life are directly connected to the vision statement. So we're going to take a brief look at each of the 4: respect, integrity, perseverance, and curiosity. There's a reason that respect is the very first character quality we highlight here every year, and it's one that I've tried to base my own life on, even though I know I fail at it regularly. The Googleator defines respect as a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. When many of you started in school as kindergartners, I would bet that the introduction of respect was taught to you as the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Sometimes we need to imagine our actions being done to us, as if we're switching places with the other person. A story that illustrates this is sometimes called the wooden bowl. There once was a grandpa who lived with his family. As grandpa grew older, he began to slobber and spill his food. So the family had him eat alone. When he dropped his bowl and broke it, they scolded him and got him a cheap wooden bowl. Grandpa was so unhappy. Now one day, the young grandson was working with wood. "What are you doing?" Mom and Dad asked. "I'm making a wooden bowl," he said, "for when you get too old and must eat alone." Mom and Dad then looked sad and realized how they were mistreating Grandpa. So they decided to keep quiet, and when he spills his food, to let him eat with his family. You are tomorrow's leaders. You are role models now, like it or not. Showing respect doesn't mean you have to like everyone or even agree with them. It means being kind, taking a moment to hear someone out even if you disagree with them, even if they're being rude to you. I would bet you can all think of a time when you've had to do this, and it can be very difficult and often requires a conscious effort. Frankly, disrespect breeds division and can destroy relationships, organizations, and can literally be the start of wars. Respect, integrity, perseverance, curiosity. Integrity, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Doing what is right even when no one is watching. No doubt this requires a level of uncomfortableness when it really matters. I'm going to share a story I found on the interwebs about integrity, and you will notice there is a moment of uncomfortableness. David Cass Stevens of the Dallas Morning News tells a story about Frank Szymanski, a Notre Dame center in the 1940s, who had been called as a witness in a civil suit at South Bend. "Are you on the Notre Dame football team this year?" the judge asked. "Yes, Your Honor." "What position?" "Center, Your Honor." "How good a center?" Szymanski squirmed in his seat, but firmly said, "Sir, I'm the best center Notre Dame has ever had." Coach Frank Leahy, who was in the courtroom, was surprised. Szymanski always had been modest and unassuming. So when the proceedings were over, he took Szymanski aside and asked why he had made such a statement. Szymanski blushed. "I hated to do it, Coach," he said, "but after all, I was under oath." At some point in your life, you will find yourself in an uncomfortable situation where something has not gone well. I hope you'll choose to be a person of integrity. Typically, you'll gain a lot of respect in the process. I want to give a caveat to this in saying that you do not have to be a person of integrity to be successful, but you are still going to have to look at yourself in the mirror, and it helps if you can sleep at night. In the hard situations you will be faced with, embrace the uncomfortableness, have integrity. Respect, integrity, perseverance, curiosity. Perseverance. Steadfastness in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Anyone who has taken choir with me knows that perseverance is not an option in my ensembles. We will work until the warm-up at the concert in order to fix mistakes and add artistry at performance. I know some days it drives students bonkers when we work on the same measure for 10 minutes straight, and it can drive me bonkers too, but it's part of the process. And in general, if we don't fix the problem today, we're going to go after it tomorrow and the day after, if that's what it takes. I imagine many of you know that this is my last public appearance as a teacher at PACT, as I have accepted a position at another school. I now get the absolute pleasure of packing boxes and moving. I've already started some of this and am trying to engage in what I'm referring to as the purge. Going through stuff last week, I found a letter that was written to me by the music faculty of Minnesota State University. I was in the first semester of my senior year there as a music ed student, and I was struggling with rhythm. The faculty gave me some parameters that they wanted me to meet, or they were going to leave a copy of this uncomfortable letter in my permanent file that could potentially impact future employment. Does this sound like difficulty or delay in achieving success? It absolutely was. I'm even uncomfortable telling you about it now. I ended up taking an extra semester to complete school and enrolled in classes that ended up helping with my rhythmic skills. If any of you want a chance to play music with challenging rhythms, join a jazz band. What seems almost ironic to me about this situation is that through perseverance, one of my weaknesses would probably now be considered one of my strengths. So in a world of microwave ovens, fidget spinners, and instant answers to any question in your pocket, I encourage all of you to work hard regardless of the adversity. Know also that research shows that occasional boredom is good for your brain, and it helps with creativity. Keep that in mind while you're dealing with your cell phone addictions. Respect, integrity, perseverance, curiosity. Curiosity, a strong desire to know or learn something. let's review PACT's vision statement. To develop educationally excellent, engaged citizens who value lifelong learning and are committed to making exceptional contributions to their ever-changing world. Lifelong learning, being curious. There was a Danish philosopher by the name of Søren Kierkegaard who studied the works of French philosopher Descartes. I'm telling you this just in case you're curious and want to do some reading on your own. I also think Kierkegaard is just fun to say. Everyone try it. Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard. Thank you. Kierkegaard's work has been summed up with the overarching idea and the title of a book he wrote called De Omnibus Dubitante. Of everything be doubtful. In other words, question everything. This is meant to be an intellectual exercise, mind you, not an exercise in insubordination. Question everything. Question what I'm saying. Question what you learned in school here. Question what you will learn. Try to find out the source. Try to learn about the source's agendas. In addition to this, anyone that is upset about the idea of being questioned is inherently insecure about their own beliefs. When you engage in complete questioning, it breaks down confirmation biases, of which we are all guilty, and gets in the way of real learning. You should also question your core beliefs so that you can determine what is really important to you as a person and why. If you really understand your priorities, it gives you the opportunity to be true to yourself and have dreams about your life. Reading poetry is also very cliche. But I really like this one, and in a few minutes, if I ever stop talking, you will get to hear the choir perform a setting of this William Butler Yeats poem, Cloths of Heaven. Had I the heavens embroidered cloths, enwrought with golden and silver light, the blue and the dim and the dark cloths of night and light and the half-light, I would spread the cloths under your feet, but I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams. Stay curious, keep learning. Respect, integrity, perseverance, curiosity. Those are the four. But I'm going to briefly give you a bonus one. Love. Love is really why we are here on this planet. Love for people is what it's all about. Love your family, love your friends, love people you've never met. Life is a journey. Yes, cliche, but still a very functional analogy. I'd like to leave you this evening on that thought with the words and tune written by the Irish folk singer Colin Sands. Rest for a while now, the night is young. The time is short and the road is long. Tell me a story, I'll sing you a song. For tomorrow the road will be calling us on. Don't let your journey be stopped at the start. There are times when your feet have to follow your heart. But the faster you travel, the less you can see. And the more that you have, the less you can be. Rest for a while now, the night is young. The time is short and the road is long. Tell me a story, I'll sing you a song. For tomorrow the road will be calling us on. Look for the house with the smile at the door, where we sat round the table and danced on the floor. Found warmth at the fire and came back for more. There was grass on the chimney and a lock on the door. Rest for a while now, the night is young. The time is short and the road is long. Tell me a story, I'll sing you a song. For tomorrow the road will be calling us on. So let the reel have its turn and the song its refrain. And here's to the day where we all meet again. And long may the sun shine wherever you are, but you still need the darkness to show you the stars. Rest for a while now, the night is young. The time is short and the road is long. Tell me a story, I'll sing you a song. For tomorrow the road will be calling us on. Thank you. God bless you all.
Our next student speaker has attended PACT since kindergarten. He is the current student council president. Teachers have described him as someone who is respectful, kind, and full of a good sense of humor. Please welcome the class of 2017 valedictorian, Justin Podal.
I'd like to start with a quote from the great American Stephen Colbert. Life is an improvisation. You have no idea what's going to happen next, and you're mostly just making things up as you go along. Kind of sums up what I'm doing here at the moment, but now I know you're expecting some inspirational quotes about shooting for the stars or following your dreams. There's that cliche side, but today, like some posters you see in Miss Rupert's room, but I'm going to do something a little different here. Today is the last day of high school. You've been dreaming of this day, planning for this day, working hard for this day for almost all of your life here. You've achieved your goal, but was your path to get here exactly as planned? Probably not. We're going to go back to the very beginning. Do you remember reading Go Dog Go and learning shapes in the music room? A little unorthodox high school there. Or kindergarten. Many of us were there. New school, new building, new faces, except the Tangiers. You guys were one face. Then, after we learned all there is to know in kindergarten, we were finally granted a classroom. From there, we experienced symposiums, those week-long dedications of learning where we flew through space, went back in time, and traveled around the world. None of us knew what we would learn or where we would go from there, especially since most of us couldn't even pronounce the word symposium. Next, we rose through elementary and faced our greatest challenge yet, starting over. We moved to the secondary side knowing everything would change. The world we knew was no more as far as we were concerned, even though it was just a minute walk away. We met all new teachers, some new students, an entirely different way of life. We went from the old and mature 6th graders to the new youthful 7th graders. Remember back to your first day. Did secondary go exactly as planned? Probably not, right? We were supposed to be figuring out what we wanted to be when we grew up. Who knew that after all this time, we still have no idea who we want to be? In each major moment of our 13 or however many years you were here, we faced our challenges without knowing exactly what lies ahead, but we improvised and reached our end goal. We graduated. Here we are. It is still a scary thought, though. New world, new jobs, new life. The main thought going through our minds is, what's next? Sorry to say, I can't answer that. None of us can. We spend our lives searching for what we're supposed to do next, but the truth is, we don't need to know the exact plan. The next step. We just need to be able to adapt to whatever is waiting for us, to improvise, to fit our situation and alter our mindset so we can succeed and overcome whatever is thrown at us. Anyone can make a plan and stick to it. Only those who are able to and will see a situation and think, where can I go from here, rather than what's next on my original plan, and they will succeed. As Will Rogers once said, even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. We need to be able to keep moving, to adapt, and to do our best to make it up as we go until you get to where you want to be. That's what improvisation is. Making it up as we go along. Everyone in the audience, your parents, guardians, family, they know that plans rarely work out, but that's all right, because we can't get discouraged when things don't seem to align to our plans. We just have to be able to work around our plans to achieve that end goal you have set for yourself, much like we have done here on our graduation day. That's something that PACT has given us, taught us, and molded into us. I know most of us see high school as the end-all, our entire lives. But honestly, it's just a stepping stone to the next unknown. One stone given to us where we can decide which way our path will go. No matter where we go and no matter what we do, we will improvise and adapt to make each situation we're in our own. And that's why I'm proud to call myself a Panther. In the immortal words of Alice Cooper, school's out for summer, school's out forever. Thank you, PACT.
Next up, we have our concert choir, directed by Adam Grundeman. They'll be performing a song written by Jocelyn Hagan, titled On My Dreams. Our final speaker has taught at PACT for 18 years. He teaches social studies and special ed. His classes are full of rich discussions, sets up many real-world activities for his students. Please welcome Mr. Tom Schwartzbaum.
Good evening. Oh, that worked. All right. Well, I just wanted to thank you for providing me the opportunity to share some thoughts. I have one of the best